And I mean, I just want to step out of the way and show you, I think the pile of damaged furniture outside of this resort here really paints that picture. Very few people we spoke to out here told us that they didn't get some level of water, often feet of water, in their homes or businesses out here in Treasure Island. We spoke to the police chief. He tells us that both the police station and the fire station are a total loss, are going to have to rebuild. He tells me right now he's actually working out of his car. I mean, this is a level of damage that they're dealing with ahead of this island opening up to the public at 4 o'clock. Their beaches are closed. They say most of their streets here don't have working power, so a lot of these street lights aren't even on here on Treasure Island. And because of this, the chief wanted to lay some ground rules. If you're visiting here, he wanted to set some rules for visitors ahead of this place opening up to the public at 4 o'clock.
They need to understand when they're coming out there on the island, the people on the island have lost everything. There's very little power out there. There's no sewer. There's very little water pressure. So you're dealing with people that are very stressed out, and they don't want you, picking through their stuff and looking around and doing other things like that.
That said, right now Treasure Island does not have a curfew at this point, but the chief does tell us that they're getting help from several departments to patrol the area, especially at night, because they're getting so many reports of looting. And coming up on 10 Tampa Bay at 3:30, we're going to share the message he has for people living here. If they do see people going through the area, looking through their stuff that's on the side of the road, we do want to now send it to our crew in Clearwater with an update from the city of Clearwater.
To begin, I want to introduce the folks who are up here with me. We have, to my left, I'll start with our council members. We have our council member, Lena Teixeira. We have council member David Albritton. David was personally impacted by this storm with his home and his properties, and thank you for being here today. The council members to my right is our city manager, Jennifer Poirier. To her right's Chief Gandy. And we also have Javon Graham, who runs our Emergency Operations Center and all of our emergency operations. So before I go any further on that, in addition to our 1,800 employees, I want to thank these folks up here with me today for their leadership. All of them, again, just doing their jobs, but none of them worrying about how much credit they were getting for what we were doing. All working as a team. Not only working as a team together, but working as a team with county authorities and our Tampa Bay region to help all of us recover, and to more than anything, make an impact on the human lives that were either in jeopardy or are still trying to recover from this terrible storm. We've had great leadership here from the city of Clearwater. These are just three individuals to my right who are examples of the many hardworking, but thank you for your leadership and all you have done to lead your departments in this city. So with that, I'll turn it over to our city manager, Jennifer Poirier.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Today at 4 p.m., the City of Clearwater Barrier Islands will open to everyone. The City of Clearwater has made great strides in the major cleanup efforts of removing the debris and the sand from the roadways. Now our crews will change their focus to do more of the finer touches in our cleanup efforts, and we will shift the debris cleanup and the laborious task of sifting and cleaning sand from the staging areas to our private contractors. As this occurs, it will get us closer to returning to normal. Many people need additional resources and workers to help in the recovery efforts. Opening the access to the barrier islands will help us return to normal and allow people to travel the island more efficiently. They will be able to get deliveries of food and resources, and it will allow nonprofits and help organizations to be able to help with the recovery efforts. Our public parking lots are being used for staging areas of debris and equipment, and therefore they are not available. People should not come to look around for morbid curiosity to see what our beaches look like. To do so would be at the detriment of our residents and our business owners that have already lost so much. It would also get in the way of our recovery efforts and the electricity crews. I want to echo the mayor's efforts and appreciation to the community for the resiliency and their patience, and to the team of the City of Clearwater. Their efforts will never be forgotten in terms of getting us back. With that, I will turn it over to our police chief, Eric Gandy.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mayor. So what we're looking at now, obviously, with the reopening of all the barrier islands in Pinellas County, is a significant lift for law enforcement specifically. Obviously, once we relax those restrictions at the checkpoints, anyone can come over here. As you heard the city manager say, we're not encouraging everyone to come over here. This is to allow the resources that people need to rebuild to get here and help them effectively. What we're doing in furtherance of that is stepping up our exit patrols, our anti-looting patrols. We have multiple businesses and homes that are being dried out, cleared out, and that provides access to those that would commit crimes. So certainly we're going to do a full court press on the law enforcement presence during the day and overnight. It's a significant challenge for us to maintain security in that environment. In addition to that, we're going to keep the North Beach at the Acacia Roundabout restricted to residents, Barrier Island pass holders, and those that have legitimate business at a residence at the North Beach. The contractors to serve those residents, the plumbers, the electricians, and the like. The reason for that is the roads north of Acacia are exceptionally narrow. With folks clearing out their homes in preparation for rebuilding, there are mounds of household items and garbage on the side of the roads. There's still standing debris in the roads. We have to have emergency vehicle access, and we have to have the ability to respond rapidly. For that reason, again, we're going to set up, once the beach opens, the barrier islands all open at 4. We're going to set up the checkpoint at the Acacia Roundabout and continue the same protocols in terms of who's allowed up there. Hopefully the public understands that restriction. It's an absolute necessity for any of those who have seen the north end of the beach. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Javon Graham for a few words.
All right, you are hearing from Clearwater City leaders. We just heard from the chief of police. We also heard from the city manager about the barrier islands reopening at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Again, the plea is, even though they are open to the public, do not go out there if you don't need to be there. They say that opening this is going to allow the resources that people need to be able to get in there and provide some sense of normalcy, some of those resources that they can access quickly. Public parking lots for debris that is not for your parking. Additionally, North Beach of Clearwater Beach is going to be restricted at the Acacia Roundabout.